The questions before us are these. How close is Texas, specifically Central Texas, to becoming the nation's next high-tech hub, a center of innovation, collaboration, competition for the next wave of technology development and manufacturing? And do we have, or what do we have to do to get there? Until now, there's been a couple of places in our state that actually filled that role, the Boston corridor being one, and you had all of those fertile minds at MIT and Harvard, supplemented by the venture capitalists and the economic strength of New England. It was a role that was filled by those in the Silicon Valley with Berkeley and Stanford, those West Coast VC types who drove that engine. It was just a few weeks ago, Mr. Chancellor, that I went over to Stanford, sat down with Dean Sloaner and Dean Plummer of their business engineering schools, and I asked them, how did you get to this point in time? I mean, I said, give me the Cliff Notes version of the history of Stanford and the business community here, and he took us through with Hewlett-Packard's relationship with that university and that long-standing culture of entrepreneurship among the faculty and the student body, their insistence upon collaboration among the disciplines. We should seek lessons from the engines of innovation like Stanford and MIT as we craft Texas higher education and economic development policies. Also know that the economic climates in California and Massachusetts have changed dramatically, putting downward pressure on jobs, cost of living going up. Higher education budgets have been impacted in a negative way. And here in Texas, we've suffered less, and we're rebounding faster than any other place in the country. Texas in general, Austin in particular, are very well respected as national centers for innovative minds, for those creative thinkers, for bold entrepreneurship. At UT Austin, Texas A&M, Rice, those prospective Tier 1 universities that were bolstered by last session's House Bill 51, which encourages the development of additional Tier 1 institutions. Texas has invested ample resources in luring those leading researchers from all across the globe. Researchers like Dr. Thea Wilkins, who we were able to lure from University of California, Davis, up to the high plains of Texas, to Texas Tech. She's currently blazing trails in the field of cotton genetics. Dr. Robert Magnuson, he was recruited to UT Arlington as part of a $10.5 million investment in the creation of the Southwest Academy of Nanotechnology. These researchers, their talented teammates, are just a small representative look of the many who have been brought to Texas thanks to those strategic investments by the Emerging Technology Fund in particular. You know, since its inception, the ETF has allocated more than $193.7 million in funds to 131 companies. Those were matched by $173 million from our universities, both with matching grants and research superiority funds. Strategic investments are also helping us to keep many of their groundbreaking innovations right here in the state of Texas, instead of being developed in the laboratories and then going to either coast for further development. And we've reiterated the commitment we've made the investments. We've built the best economy in this country. And now it's time for Austin, Texas to follow places like Boston, San Jose as the national epicenter for cutting-edge technology in the United States of America. Now, I understand there are plenty of people. Matter of fact, there is a large host of people in plenty of states and plenty of cities with exactly the same vision as what I'm laying out here today. And I understand that just saying it, just saying you want it, will not make it become a reality. That's where you all come in. Today we have assembled some of the state's top minds in research, technology, venture capital, economic development to discuss exactly what steps we need to take and exactly what might be missing that would prevent us from reaching that goal. How do we create, how do we replicate the culture of entrepreneurship that has made the Silicon Valley what it is today? And to do this, we must be brutally honest about who we are, where we are, and where we're heading. We also must bear in mind that we need to keep our universities as affordable for the students of Texas as we can. And to that end, I will remind people one more time that I have called for a 4-year freeze on our tuition. Lock those tuition rates in at or below the level paid when you start your freshman year is what you're going to be paying 4 years down the road. Keeping that tuition affordable is no excuse for missing this rare opportunity to make Central Texas the center of the high-tech world. So over the next couple hours, I invite you to share your ideas, make your opinions count. In other words, join this conversation. Stakes couldn't be higher. Texas will be defined by the level of commitment to this task as we seek to take advantage of this convergence of economic strength and intellectual firepower. Making this happen is going to require a substantial amount of teamwork. It's going to require dedication from professors, from researchers, from administrators, from legislators, all working together towards a common goal. Can Texas be the next Silicon Valley? Can Texas be home to the next Silicon Valley? I think we can. If we make the right decisions, it will.